There we go. White pieces going with e3. Okay, so we love to see e6. We love to see moves like that, because that's just a waste of time. I'll start with this, just to maybe keep this in my pocket as long as possible so that he plays this. Now we play f4. Right here. Always with the e-pawn. Knight slides into e5. Don't really know what's going on with this move. Probably just going to continue. Moves like queen f3 really stand out. I mean, this bishop is not participating. If you take, the f-pawn takes. This is already a pretty bad sign for our opponent here. Queen h3 looks very good. But yeah, g4, g5, queen h3. These are the moves I'm trying to play here. I'm thinking it's a g4 angle. There's no way he can take now. It's like completely forbidden. He is again looking at this, so I have to be careful of that. But I'm liking g5. Whoa. Can't be playing that, my friend. This is all from controlling e4. I mean, look at this. The game's over now. He's just lost the knight. I think queen takes is the simplest here. Knight takes there. I think only invites trouble. Keep it simple, keep it winning. Yeah, but this is a very easy win. All from a pretty nice opening there. It's an interesting move because it doesn't actually save the bishop. Bring the pieces in, probably h4, h5. I mean, we're up a full piece. This is more of a formality. I'm liking h5 here. Definitely liking h5 now. Okay. This is looking pretty nice. The start of this game really determined how it's going to end, unfortunately. It was a very, very strong opening. Not just the Stonewall, but specifically the moves that we got. Have to enjoy it a bit more. We too hasty. Too hasty. Because now he's thinking, how do I prevent mate in one? The torture is only beginning. In the meantime, we can enjoy this song as it drops in. He resigned before the drop. That game was a struggle since the start. This is ideal. The best possible Stonewall you can get is their bishop locked in and you controlling e4. Then it's a dream. Nothing better can happen. Because they just have no moves. They have nothing to do. They can't play this. They can't play this. This does nothing. And by that time, you're already launching like serious threats on the king side. Like attacks, mates, rook lifts, sacrifices. Basically, it's a London on steroids. Absolutely it is. And why is it a London on steroids? Because when you play the London, people always talk about, oh, getting the London bishop, right? Bishop f4, knight h5, they're getting the London bishop. Well, how the hell are you going to get the London bishop when it's sitting on c1? Much stronger than the London, because we can't possibly lose the bishop if we're not using it. Oh. Police, get this man. We got a London enjoyer over here. There we go. Remember, we don't want to fall into that. Gotta get our knight out. Now, if we play knight here, I've talked about this before. Why can't I play knight d7 here? Anyone want to drop the knowledge? You gained 200 points playing the Stonewall. Dom, I'm happy for you, buddy. Knight c6, that's right. Knight c6 hits the queen, wins my piece. So that means we have to play a move like this before we play that. And of course, we still have knight e4. We're still going to play knight e4. But... Wow. H6. Oh, we got a big Chad over here. I think we could take this, but just to be a good boy, let's play G6. You've spent a lot of time doing that. Ugh. What the heck is that? Well, believe me, that's very tempting. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like it's not. But what do we do after? You know what? I think he's a King F1 player. I think he's a King F1 player. It's written all over his face. Why is it written, you might ask? Well, I thought that much would be obvious. Can't possibly go to the great lengths of explaining to you why it's written on my opponent. But it is. Tim Cannon, let's refine that move. Let's refine that move. It looks like a good move. But we can do a bit better. Knight here, let's say our opponent is up to task. Queen here. And we don't have mates coming. Knight G4. We make a mate threat, but we also make another mate threat to cover if he plays Queen E1. And if he takes, it would be the same as if he took here. Okay, so check, king here. Not completely winning. Check might always be a good place to start. I mean, why the heck not? Check, king here. Okay, but then what? Right, we're gonna need to finish it off. Where is the mate? Because remember, we want check somewhere here. The king's gonna have to go there. G3 is tempting. King H3. This move might be tempting, but there's bishop G4. Where's the mate? Hello, chicken pants. You are indeed late, chicken pants. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. Well, for starters, we can take a bunch of pawns. Right? That much we know for sure. Check, check. I can also play rook f2, but I'm not really ever going to be mating here because he's got ways to defend. So what do we like? Rook f5. A very interesting move. Rook f5. I think him taking on g4 is going to be a little too much. Rook f2, bishop f1, rook h2, lots of moves. Rook f5, e5. I'm not sure it's quite winning. You know, for example, let's start by taking something. Check. Not really gonna impress anyone here. Let's go for another check. Go figure. I'm going to check you again. Now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on. Queen f4 check. Queen f2. Then what? Don't play this. Let's make us earn it, you know? Okay. Check. Right? Okay. And how do we mate him here? Rook f5, I'm just don't see it's enough. So check, I mean, of course. What are we if not creatures of habit? e5, check, of course. Of course. Bishop here, little disturbing if you ask me. And rook f4 is great, but you know, doesn't really have to do anything there. So, of course, rook f5, you know. Is he really gonna notice that this move is mate? Of course not. Of course Jonathan isn't. It's gonna be mate on most moves. He still has some though. And he's thinking, which means he probably sees something. Now, you stopped this because of that. Okay, I'm impressed. But I pinned the bishop again. I want to make the exact same threat. Rook h5 is mate again. And now it's like, doesn't matter what square you're on. Rook h5 is mate in both cases. Very nice, very pretty. The pins got the wins. Jonathan Wright, good game. Good game to Jonathan. This is what happens when people try to keep you out of e4. They're often giving something else up. Well, in this case, the g3 square, but let's say the pawn was on h2, I would play e5. If you're not going to control e5, I'm going to go ahead and play it. Any chance knight e4 was winning? Winning? Absolutely not. Because after this, I mean, first of all, you're giving white an option that he didn't have before, which is knight takes, right? That wasn't an option here. So, first of all, there's no way this could be winning because I don't even know what we're threatening here. It's not really anything. But as I mentioned, knight e4, queen e1. This is what bothers me. And I just don't know if we have anything that good here. You know, this covers mate. Queen e1 is a real nasty move. So the reason why this move is so much stronger is that queen e1 gets mated. Takes the queen? Oh yeah, but this... You can't be looking to take the queen here, right? This can't be anything. This is hardly an advantage, if an advantage. We always have to go for better than that. I'm here for checkmate against Jonathan Wright. All right, we're playing uncle. Oh, we like to see that, don't we? He's on that copycat energy. Now, if I play this, there's going to be e5. So I need to play f4. I just have to, right? Got to stop this. Now, knight f6 comes. I'm trying to stop knight e4, so... Looks solid. Ugh. Well, you guys already know what's gonna happen. 95, and I mean, look at that bishop. Oh, uncle, what are you doing? Knight h7. Okay, very interesting. What's the plan here, uncle? It looks like he's almost thinking of f5. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like maybe he wants to play f6, but I'm definitely looking at f5 as a possibility here. Queen h5. Yeah, really e4 should probably be the move. I'm liking e4. E4 should really be the move. There's other moves here, but I think he can maybe try to play f5. So I'm kind of liking e4. So I still have my knight here that's supported, and this move is only going to help my bishop later. Oftentimes after he takes, I want to play e4 anyway, so kind of makes sense like that. Well, it looks like we picked a strong move. But he just pieced out. He's out of there. Got him good. Ooh, e4 was a banger. Okay, well, that was that. Really making these games with the white pieces look easy. Oh, we got the white pieces again. Aha. All right. Knight here. A desirable move. Play knight e5. And here we get probably something that you've heard me talk about before, but in other situations, I've left the knight here, played knight here, and allowed my opponents to play knight e4. I actually don't really like that as much. I'm going to prevent knight e4, but there's something else I have to deal with, which is takes. Because if pawn takes, I lose this pawn. Right, and if pawn takes this way, I have to deal with moves like knight b4 coming in, a little bit annoying. We can deal with knight b4 easier than we can deal with a hanging pawn, so definitely gonna play knight f3. But I've talked about this before, and this is why sometimes I didn't move my knight out, I just played this, so that if pawn takes, my bishop would defend it. But I much prefer taking control of e4 than I do defending this pawn. This is something we can at least deal with. So let's put that knight on e5 so that this threat doesn't exist anymore. There's our castle. Bishop c7, not really threatening anything, honestly. Looks like a good time for queen f3. All right, kind of finishing what we started. Rook f3 is another dangerous looking move, which I'm interested in. We've played a lot of queen f3. The reason I'm not rushing for queen f3 is because if this knight was here and the bishop was there, I would be concerned about that. But if I go rook f3, I don't see any way he can get the knight in, so I think we're cleared to play it. Let's go with the rook. Bishop d7, pretty much a nothing move. Let's continue with our attack. Well, g4, queen f3, these moves stand out. I like queen f3 because it doesn't really commit anything. g4 does look very committal. And again, I don't want to play knight f3, knight e4 happens. e6, again, kind of looks like a whole lot of nothing being threatened over there. Let's just make a kind of basic threat here. Rook takes h6. Okay, admittedly I could play this, but of course we want to take back here. Okay, I don't see him stopping what I'm up to, so I think we're just gonna continue. Okay, he's he is zero paying attention to what's going on over here. I think it's time to hit him with a nice little maneuver. That should hurt. Now let's bring our other knight in. Bishop h6 looks like the next move, most likely. Yeah, so there's still rook e7. Like, it's not that completely over. Thinking of rook c1, 8-BRAH. Useful moves. Definitely moves like this, like this. Yeah, I kind of like this. c4 also looks kind of difficult for him to handle. So that's getting undermined here. It's a little bit strange. Could take this as well. Wow. This wins a rook. There might be better than that, though. Trying to go for some sort of mate. He's probably correctly not allowing it. But he's getting mated with the rook anyway. GG. This was just like, once again, a knockout. Anytime you get a Stonewall where you can get your knight into e5, they can't get their knight into e4, and bonus, their bishop isn't allowed to move on that diagonal. I mean, I swear those are the easiest wins you're gonna get. Stonewall. They make you earn the drop, Airbus driver. They make you earn the drop. I think that's the way it should be. Thought you might enjoy that, Airbus. This is us syncing up again. It is Chelsea. Correct. I'm bringing my pieces in. Slowly but surely. Trying to say hello. Oh! I got my knight in, that's about it. Completing my development. Osman, thanks for the 5 months with Prime. Eddie, are you having trouble making a Kick account? Can you only log on Kick if the BRAHS are streaming? No. I don't believe so. I think he might be able to log on anyways. Why did he give me this knight here? Because I thought this was all about taking that. If I took with the queen, he had bishop e4, which is maybe not good. Impressed? Impressed for sure. He finds a very good move. I mean, this is like blunders a piece and then immediately has the resolve to play queen d2. Look at that. Look at this cheeky guy. Look at this cheeky guy. Should be up a piece here. Knight e4 was possible, of course. Knight e4 was possible. Knight takes a2 was possible. Rook a3 was possible. Rook b2, but I just chose this one. I think they're all winning. But we chose a move that made him resign on the spot. So obviously it was the strongest. 1555. It doesn't get better than that. 1555. All right. E3. Now we're ready to take back this way. So we can do this one, but I'm just gonna take the opportunity to make that nice and solid. Okay, let's take that square so he can't jump in. A6 looks irrelevant. I don't care about that move. Takes, we always take this way. This is a wall of the stone variety. All right, I think it's time to pop our knight in there. Ooh, that move, remember, we're pretty much never concerned about. Okay, maybe he could pop the knight in. We like this move though. G4, G5, Queen H3, E4. All looks pretty good. So if we go over here, takes knight e4. Can be played. Not sure it really works, but just gonna continue with our... I mean, hey. Why not? G4. There we go. How's he gonna stop it? He has a lot of ways to do so, but some good, some better than others. So he has no piece coming to e4, which means I feel a little better about knight f3. Again, I'm mostly going to be ignoring moves on that side of the board. Here. Maybe knight g5. Rook e8, there might be knight takes f7. I like knight g5 in general. We have to be careful though. The reason I like knight g5 is because he has to take it. And then I can take with the pawn and open up my rook. But I'm gonna have to get rid of this knight because if I take with that pawn, then my knight's gonna be hanging there. So he does have to take. This is an idea. It's a lot of pawns for me to take as well. Bishop d2 needs to happen. Like, we need to develop here. Yeah, I am only focused on the king. It's not necessarily the best. Take. We still have rook here. G6 is also hanging. Okay. Can we actually take that? I think we can. There's also rook here. Yeah, lots of good moves here actually. F6 as well. 1, 2, and 3 all look pretty promising. Because I'm not really developed here, I'm a little concerned. So I do like moves that sort of keep things closed, as opposed to opening them up. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking at, Slicer. This is hanging in that variation, but I wasn't in love with the fact that that the position would open up. Like I feel really uncomfortable until my pieces get around. Needs to go here. We have that. Probably take. Park our rook on g3 and play h4. This is just one of those long-term advantages you know is going to be completely winning. This is so strong. 2 bishops. h4. No, you may have been right, Slicer. Like, it was probably a good move. But I chose a safer option. Might not be better, but it's definitely safer. It's a pretty good maneuver. Didn't see it. I think it might be time to get an A pawn passed. Let's use the A file. My king has a nice little B line here. I think I'll be able to utilize. Check. King's coming in. It's gonna be a powerful piece this endgame. I think the king decides. This long-term edge has pretty much won the game, even though it looks like it hasn't played much of a part, but pawn on f6 is a big deal here. Just need to give a check and should be enough. Jack. Jack. GG. Nice game. I think our attack pretty much did crash through. I just chose a safe way out. Queen takes queen, but yeah, this is a good attack here. G4 just always feels like a good move. And there's other ways to crash through. F5 here. Maybe just bishop d2 would be a nice move here, not to rush. And we can use this bishop e1, bishop h4 idea again. But like, our opponents just aren't doing anything crazy here, so it's all about the center and the king side. And those are the places that I'm playing, so it just feels, I mean, these are just good things. All right. Our job with the black pieces is always a little more difficult than with white. So I am going to spend the extra time just to play this, just to stop him from playing knight e5. Just so that I can play knight e4, he can't play knight e5.
I'm not the man you want. You've made a mistake. I'm in touch with technological advances pretty well everywhere. And I can tell you that no one has...
Back to another Stonewall here. Gonna castle. Knight takes is crazy. They always take with the f pawn. Knight here, he's not threatening too much. I mean, this just looks like a good move. Let's castle. I'm not scared of this, and I have h6 next. I see one problem with this, which is maybe slightly regrettable. And that was f4, just to lock everything up. And I can't take it because of this. So maybe that's one reason why that move is no good. But we're going to get an overwhelming position here, I think. Knight to d3. We have bishop h3 and f2's hanging. Rook takes f2 is tempting, but after rook d2, I'm only winning a pawn there. This wins material. But yeah, I mean, look at that pawn structure, right? Crushing. So if I am going to take something, it should probably be the thing in the corner. Rather than the center. Rook f7 defends this if maybe he goes here. I'm threatening this pawn, and rook f2 and rook f8 we want to do. We're up material. Rook here. Is queen h5 scary? Let's say it's not. Let's say it's not. I don't see any danger there. So even though this wins a pawn, situations like this, I mean, I'll always just trade the queens. Why not? Just make your life easy. Can't take it. And if he moves the knight, we also want to play rook f1 to trade the rooks. We could go here, but this one also looks sufficient. Personally, after knight here, I'm a fan of this. This one also looks quite good. Now, the reason I like this is because it guarantees me to trade the rooks, and I know that after we trade the rooks, the rest is easy. GG. This was another Stonewall. We got it with the black pieces, and we pretty much followed all the standard ideas here. I mean, one thing is I like to control e5 as soon as possible, sometimes even before getting the knight out. So I will make the effort to play queen d6 instead of knight f6. And now he can't go here. I know I'm gonna go there. I could castle here, probably the best move, but I went ahead and just played knight e4. Not gonna be a mistake, really. Knight e4 is always solid. Here, I definitely should have kicked him out right away with h6 was my feeling. Castle, I don't know, kind of regretted maybe allowing f4. Black's still much better, but typical idea is after you play f takes e4, you almost always want to play e5 right after, because it opens up your bishop, and if they take, it gets your knight in to all these beautiful squares. Same thing with white. If you play f4, d4, play f takes e5, e4 is often your very next move. It opens up your bishop from c1. So this bishop just comes alive, and okay, tactically we win here by taking and taking, but even if there were no tactics, I mean, I can just make moves. We have a great position. All right, we haven't seen this one. I'm gonna try to get d5 so that I can take back. Alright, this is friendly. I suppose I can't really go there because I do want to stop e4. It's not a common move, but we do want to stop it. Okay, let's first ask him, does he want to repeat? just a question, you know, that's all I'm asking. And again, I like to prevent that move, even before other moves like castling. There we go. Always take with the F pawn. I mean, he does it anyway, but it's not a good move at all. And we're most likely going to keep our queen on the board. Bringing it over here. Bishop g4 or bishop h3. Both look very, very strong. So even though bishop h3 here looks good, he can play f4. So I actually like starting with this, because then we play bishop f3 and it's much stronger. Like, he's actually just going to resign the game. It's forced mate, by the way. He actually doesn't really have an answer to this. But this is a pretty quick and easy attack. That's like a 20 move game or something. This is what happens. Like, Stonewall is just that simple. Throw the knight in, supported by the pawns. Bring another knight to prevent him from going knight e5. The reason, of course, I didn't do it right away. I would love to, but it's just not possible because I lose a pawn. So that's why I did this. If I castled, then if I played here, I have this issue again. And if I played here, I thought that he might jump in there. So that's why before I castled, I started with the knight. And then this knight to stop that. And then castle. And now he doesn't have any options. He takes. Most people just take. They have no idea what they're doing, but they just take. I don't know why. They're compelled to take. And look, he wishes that square was available, but it's not. And then just switch the pieces to the attack. And it's, well, it's pretty much over. All right. Let's go for d4. e3. Usually on c5, I go c3. It's not because I'm planning to take this way. No, definitely always take that way, but feels like a good solidifying move to get in there. So again, that same issue as before. If we play knight there, we're not controlling that square. But if we play knight here, then bishop there, they're kind of threatening to take. Just because we can't take back this way. It's not really a big deal, but it's nicer if we can always do that. Again, he can't use e4. We go knight e5. These Stonewalls are the absolute best. Where they can't use this square. You get your F takes in. You know, you're happy. What can I say? We are happy. Definitely looking at a few different moves. e4 comes to mind, but, you know, takes, queen b6. Gets a little messy. Still should be a very good move, though. So e4 is pretty much the main one. And then also knight f3, queen out somewhere. Those are the moves I'm thinking of. Let's go e4. It's looking checkmatey, hey Josh? I think you got the right ideas. I'm liking queen over here, if we can make it work. Because knight here is ideal, but I'd love to have my queen out before I play knight f3. Knight f3 is a good move, but if I get my queen out and then knight f3, then my d-pawn's defended, my bishop's ready to attack, and remember, my bishop on d3 is one move away from being wide open, so he takes, queen takes, and he's kind of got to play g6, which is no fun. But his pieces just aren't really joining the king side here. You know, this guy, right? Nobody's really participating. And this doesn't feel good because my knight moves, all of a sudden you got that hanging. I'm thinking about moving the knight here, but pretty much the same ideas. It's nice to guard the pawn there. Queen f4 certainly looks tempting. Followed by like knight g5. I'm threatening queen h6 and rook h8. Maybe we throw in knight g5 there. Very hard to defend f7. Took that one quickly. Took that one quickly and then resigned even quicker. GG. Well, looks like you were right, Atypical Josh. That was very meaty. And only in a couple moves. That Stonewall's working good today. I mean, it gives you attacking positions, even if you're not a natural attacker. Wow, look at you. You made it, didn't you? To the end of another Stonewall episode. Well, congratulations. And if you're watching and enjoying, but you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button right now. Also, click that bell to turn on post notifications so you never miss another video. See you in the next episode.